Hi, guys. I knew that there was a good reason why I live the life I do. I'm happy. I'm so happy today. And to some people, it's not a big deal. To me, it is. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Not her, but she always makes me happy. But I'm gonna show you what I did today. Now, here we have some grain. And this grain is Utland's wheat. Now, wheat from Utland is that's a name, and that was because in modern time it was found on Utland, a Swedish island out of east coast here. But it is believed to have been prolific all over Scandinavia. But the grains were found in a gene bank in Utland and was then propagated, and now it's one of the most sought organic wheats in Scandinavia anyway. I don't know how widespread it is, but in Denmark and in the rest of Scandinavia, Utlands wheat in a sourdough bread. It doesn't get any better. It is very high on gluten, that is to say protein, and very high on a lot of good stuff, acids and whatever, amino acids and everything good is in Ulan's wheat. And I baked the bread today with it, and it came out fantastic. It's a sourdough bread, and I baked it, of course, in this one. I mill the kernels in this one and make the flour out of it. And I baked this bread out of that, and a little bit of white wheat as well. And the special, and of course I baked it in this one with birchwood that I have cut down in my forest. I have split, I have dried, and I burned it in this stove and baked the bread in this little oven in here. And furthermore, this Öland wheat is from 2019. I sowed this in my field on Bornholm. I watched it grow to be little green leaves that came up and grew up to be very tall, strong Öland wheat. I've been walking through that field of 2 hectares, which is about 4 or 5 acres, I believe, in the other measurements. I walked out there, I smelled it, I've been touching it, I've slept out there when it was grown very tall. I've sat out there and had my coffee. I've been smelling it through that season. When we were preparing to sell the farm, but we lived there the whole summer of 19. And when the machine station came to harvest it, I was sitting with the guy in the combiner. I never thought that I should, but he said, "Well, are you not coming? Are you not going to be up here and harvest your own grain?" Yes, of course I am. So I sat there, didn't drive it myself. He did. But I was with him up there, driving through my 4 or 5 acres of Ulan's wheat, harvesting it. It took 15 minutes and that was done. Then I followed him. They drove it in the big tractor, drove it to Åkirkeby in the middle of the island where the mill is, and I waded in and I brought it to the mill. I saved 200 kilos for me and I still have about 100 kilos out here in the back in a blue barrel. But I brought it to the mill. It was weighed, it was checked, and I sold it to the mill. He bought my kernels, and they make the flour and sell all over the island. So other people have bought my Ölands wheat and are baking bread of that. And I'm having another piece or two other pieces because I already had two, and Sappho is very, very happy. And what's good with it is just butter on the first piece, only butter, and on the second piece, butter and Nutella. I don't normally have Nutella, but I do now. And then I had a cup of caffeine-free or decaf coffee because it's almost 6 o'clock, and I have taken out of the freezer the portion of dinner that I was supposed to have, and I'm not sure I'm gonna be hungry for it. It is with beans and carrots and potatoes and leek and pork belly, and it's extremely delicious and tastes so good. But so does this. Is that something? You know? Baking bread out of flour that you have actually grown yourself. And yeah. So when I have this piece of bread and I have coffee with it, I remember all the days where I walked out in the field and where I sat in my field of grains, just listening to the birds and falling asleep out there, just taking a nap in the sun in my wheat field. Is that cool? So the cold air is seeping in through all the cracks. I have both of the fires going, and that's why I make sure to cook stuff on the stove, as it is eating not wheat. It's not eating wheat. It's eating wood. So that's good to utilize that kind of heat for baking and for making other kinds of food, for boiling beans to freeze in. So I have a little portion of beans or chickpeas or whatever. So, oh, excuse me, here. I believe that there is someone here who wants a little piece of bread. Was it so nice and good, the bread? It's not good for her with too much, but oh my god. I don't blame her. You want a little piece of bread? Yes, you can have it. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. I hate listening to people chew with their mouths open. I love to listening to her. It's the most wonderful. Or her chewing an apple or something. But there's a wonderful crust on this bread, so she really chews loud, and it's a most fantastic sound. And the best tasting bread ever. And yeah, I'm happy with my success. It's not always it's successful. Sometimes it doesn't prove as much as it should, but it did today, and I am very happy. So I just wanted to share that with you, and share some pieces of bread with this one. Can you say bye-bye to people? You don't want to? You just want bread? Can you not? Say bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a nice day out there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.